Okay, so I'm happy because I'm eating one of my favorite places as my last junk food meal. And I've said that a million times on this channel, but honestly, I've always struggled with sticking to a healthy way of eating, a diet, etc., weight loss, okay? So, yes. So, I'm going to be attempting something else starting tomorrow. So, I have some burger sauce, kind of like a Thousand Islands. Okay, and Coke Zero. I'm starting my diet early. It has 2 chicken patties. And my goals are basically to improve my health and stamina because I want to travel. And the meal is going to be about 1,200 calories per day. Because I'm still pretty sedentary right now. I used to feel like that wouldn't be enough calories, but I'm going to try it. And for somebody who has binge eating disorder, I was told that too when I went to the eating disorder clinic, not to restrict. People, unless you have binge eating issues, nobody understands it. Anyway, I'm not going to give up ever. I love it. I put the rest of the barbecue sauce on. No sauce gets wasted around here. I have to hurry and get healthy. Hello, my name is Foodie Beauty, aka Chantal Marie Olive Zero Miriam El Refai, and I have binge eating disorder. You're gonna be a bit like, duh, we know this. This is like the first time that I actually realize what that kind of sort of means more than ever. I realize that I cannot fight this alone. I need support, and that it's a very serious mental illness. It's not just about losing weight, and that a diet cannot fix this. My compulsion to eat and binge is stronger than I am right now. I tried to start my diet from starting today, and that diet is a mistake when you're trying to treat binge eating disorder. And I've been told this many times, but it's like my brain doesn't learn. My brain goes through a cycle. And we all know what my cycle is because people have illustrated online, people make fun of it, and I know I'm going to get made fun of for this video, which is why I chose to clam up about it, or would choose to clam up about it over and over again. But I think I'm going to shift my content to just sharing in a daily vlog my struggles with trying to get better. I've had binge eating disorder for many years, maybe greater than 20 years. I do have some medical documents from my binge eating disorder assessment. This is not the video I was planning on making today. I was planning on, I guess, just showing you guys, okay, I expected to just wake up and be better, to be able to conquer this now. I always thought it was something in my willpower that was wrong. Showing you that I could stick to this 1,100 calorie diet that we spent probably too much money on. And I realized that also when I was on TikTok watching, be scrolling, and on my For You page there was a couple of young women who also have binge eating disorder, and they are going through the recovery phases. And what they are eating, it was surprising me that they say, I'm not focusing on weight loss, I'm not focusing on dieting. What we're focusing on first is being binge free. The type of diet, for example, I'm on right now with this food service is not enough. And it will definitely trigger a binge. I can feel it. So I've pretty much eaten, the day started as a little optimistic. Okay, I wasn't that hungry I had a full meal. I had a full dinner the night before. So, naturally I woke up, I wasn't that hungry. And then, I had the breakfast, and then I was like, I want that snack. I don't know if I can wait for a dessert. I'm gonna have it as a snack. So I had the snack 2 hours later. And then I had lunch. And then with that lunch, I had my supper in the same time. So all of the food from the diet box, it's gone. Then I'll show you pretty much some clips from the day after this. And I'm coming to you with full sincerity. I'm opening up, and if I want to do that when I talk about these things, I feel kind of vulnerable and icky and weird. I was diagnosed with severe depression and binge eating disorder, so I realize I can't do this alone. So I'm going to be looking for resources to help me, even if I have to do it online. There's a lot of podcasts with people, support groups. I might even make a support group. I don't know if any of you specifically have binge eating disorder. I don't mean if you it's not just people who, there's different categories of people who are obese. why don't you just walk more? Why don't you just eat less? And it's, I wish it was that easy. I really do. So I recognize that all of these things are valid, but they're also my responsibility to try to heal myself. So that's a work in progress. And I realized that I probably won't be healthy enough in a couple months to travel around and go hiking and do all these things. So what I'm gonna do, I think, with this diet box is just supplement the month, because Salah already paid for like a whole month for me. Another important thing that I have to do is really sit down and have a talk with him about my medical conditions, like in full, like read through these medical reports with him, because he doesn't understand binge eating disorder. And I didn't really take the time to properly explain my condition to him. I'm gonna do that because he really needs to know, and he, so he can be supportive, and he can also be understanding, and I mean, I obviously hide binges from everybody. I don't binge, like that's why, like, a mukbang that I do is not really a binge, because it's overeating. For sure it's overeating, but it's not binging. Binging is something you do in secret, and you eat extreme amounts of calories in one sitting, which is why you would see my scale go, I would like gain kgs in like days. But I realize I'm sick and I need to take responsibility for my health to get better, and I can't rush it. I don't think I realized fully how much of my life has been consumed by food. I'm the one supposed to be doing I'm the one consuming the food, but it's also honestly consuming me in a lot of ways. All right, so let's get to the rest of the video. I'm going to show you what I managed to vlog today. You could see I started out very optimistic about, I'm sorry, I didn't think I was going to like get emotional like that, but Salah was like all proud of me. And to start, hey, hello, welcome back to my kitchen. So I'm gonna get out my breakfast. So they come in these containers, and this is the breakfast. So I'm gonna put it in the air fryer for like a few seconds, well, maybe a minute or so. You bite. It's actually quite nice. See you guys for lunch, my second meal. Okay, now I'm gonna have these little chocolate nutball things. All right, so here's my lunch. I'm so hungry. I'm having a 64 calorie can of iced tea. Breaking my rule already. So I'm already like freaking out, reaching into the Doritos. So I at least tried to portion them out and into these servings. And I'm eating the lunch as well. The dinner that they give you. Because I just found it like such a small portion. And anyway, let's talk. I'm also going to have this mini Mars. Alright, so this is going to be me going over some medical records and discussing that. So if this is boring for you, you could just end the video here. I'm showing this also because I know a lot of people were wondering if I've actually tried treatment at a treatment center, and if I actually saw a doctor, which I did, and was diagnosed with binge eating disorder, I guess into the summer, from the doctor that I was seeing. This is her first outpatient since the initial consultation a month ago. I appeared in good spirits. I started Vyvanse, 20 milligrams a day. It did reduce the binge eating at first, but it did, however, she noticed lately that Vyvanse effects tends to fade away in the evenings. Yeah, exactly. And then the management plan, which I think I did describe at the time to you guys, not to eat in the car, purchase fast food, which is very easier said than done when you're also addicted to fast food. So there's a website, mybinge.ca, which is like made by the government of Canada. I believe you can go in and do a self-assessment that you can bring to a doctor to discuss that with. And to end the video, self-education is also part of recovery along with getting help. So I'm not denying that I do need therapy, but it's just to show you, for those of you who aren't familiar with binge eating disorder, that binge eating is a serious mental health issue that still has a lot of stigma around it. I found this article to be interesting from a nutritionist helping in eating disorder recovery, and the one thing they point out is they include keto in that, and as part of a fad diet, as being a restrictive diet for people recovering from eating disorder, binge eating disorder. So I just found that interesting, and only about 5% of dieters are actually successful. The restriction, deprivation, guilt, and shame, those are why they fail, are some of the reasons, and they also omit or demonize certain foods or food groups. So I found this very interesting. So I'm going to continue to research and to find proper help and keep working on this. I'm not going to give up, and I appreciate you guys listening to me. See you in the next one.